Live from the Valley, it's your host, former Miss USA, Nia Sanchez.
Hey, baby. Okay, welcome to the Hold My Crown podcast, where we dive into life, pageants, reality TV, parenting, and so much more. Join us for special guests from your favorite reality shows and some of my very good friends, other beauty queens. This is Hold My Crown.
Hold my crown.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hold My Crown podcast. My name is Daniel Bucco. This is my amazing, beautiful wife.
Hi, guys. My name is Nia Sanchez Bucco. And thanks for doing the intro, boo.
Yeah.
Welcoming our friends here to hang out with us.
Let's go.
I feel like this is the perfect place to just hang out when you're doing anything. You could be chilling on the couch. You could be going grocery shopping, driving in your car, taking care of your kids, have a headphone in, and just
Be on the treadmill.
working out and just hang out with us. This is a place where we can all kind of take off the crown. Baby, you take off your crown
Boom.
and just have a good
I
conversation.
never take off my crown.
Oh, perfect.
The king.
Yes. Today's episode is about influencer life, and I have so much information to share with you. And I actually hate the word influencer. Let's start off with that.
You always have.
I prefer content creator, like
Right.
something along those lines. But that's like the key word that people
This is correct.
acknowledge and recognize. But I want to share some tips and tricks because I know a lot of people out there that would love to have a side hustle of making money online. And it's so easy to do nowadays. Or even just working with brands that they love and getting like product for their families. Like if there's a product that costs $600, this is where my mind goes with it. $600, I don't know if I would ever spend $600 on blank, but if I can make beautiful content and learn how to work with brands in ways that are beneficial to them and myself, why not? And then I don't have to spend that kind of money, and that money can be set aside for school or activities or, and I'm thinking from a mother, but it could be for anything. It could be even if you don't have kids and you need something in your life that you can partner with and add value to a brand. Like there's so many things with making money and not making money that can add value to your life and to the brand.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to get into some nitty gritty, kind of break down some things for you and add a lot of value. And even if you're just like, you know what, I just want to learn the behind the scenes of the world that we are in, because we are in the social media world. We'll be sharing some behind the scenes as well, what it looks like to create that content and how it's a bit more stressful than people think.
Big time. You are fully, you dove in.
I'm in it. So
I've put a toe in the water a little
yes,
bit.
you have. Daniel actually recently had a paid post. You guys can go on his Instagram account at Daniel Bucco and like it and comment and share.
Hello.
Yes, he did get a paid post with a brand that I actually really wanted that product, but
This
I
is
would
my
never spend the money on it.
Second one, by the way.
This is your second collaboration that he's
Yes.
done. So I'm proud of Daniel. He's jumping into my world a little bit, but let's start on a personal note. So the way that I personally make money to help be a part of like supporting our family is I do pageant coaching, and there are ebbs and flows in my seasons of it. There's times where I've been making like thousands and thousands of dollars and like make really good money when I'm working with and taking on a lot of clients. And then there's times where I cut back my days and my hours and I'm still making something. I do working with brands, which is a large part of the way that I bring in money for our family. I also teach women's self-defense classes. And what else do I do? Was that it? Oh, I'm on the Valley. So we do get paid to film a TV
reality
show.
Yes.
Those are the main forms of income that I personally have. So it's
Yes.
a few streams of income.
Yes.
Your work is obviously your work as an actor on camera
Correct.
and voiceover.
Correct.
You are on the Valley.
On the Valley as
And
well.
now you're an influencer because you're getting paid to make content
Oh, boy.
2 times. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So let's give a little breakdown first. What an influencer is. Like there's the macro, micro, and nano influencers. So there's people that have 1 million followers. There's people that have 400,000, 200,000, 100,000 followers. Those are all the people with a big following that very often are the ones definitely working and getting paid well with brands. Then there's the micro influencers, or maybe they have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and they still get paid to work with brands. And something that I found fascinating, you may or may not know if you're in this world, is there are times when a micro influencer, someone with, under 50,000, I should look up like what the actual definition is of micro, but it's definitely like under 50,000, 10,000, 15,
I thought it was like 10,000.
12, 8. Like sometimes they get paid just as much as someone with 500,000 followers because of the engagement of their audience. So the number is not necessarily what makes you the money. It's how engaged your audience is. Because if someone with 10,000 followers has 7,000 people that click on every single link because they are following every move that you do and they're really connected to you, you can be a, big influencer with 500,000 followers and you get 500 people that click on your links because, they like following you, but they don't really like trust your word with what product you're sharing that you use or you like. So you can literally get sometimes the same rates. I think it might be fun to kind of talk numbers, not specifically like what I get paid in every single thing, but general numbers. For example, I went to an event and I didn't get paid. This was 4 or 5 years ago. And there was a huge influencer. She was now working as an influencer, but she was on The Bachelor. So people knew who she was. And she had over 400,000 followers at the time. I don't know what her engagement was, but I have a friend in the agency that hired her and like brought in all the influencers for the event. It was a sloth yoga event or like a bar class with a sloth. It was very fun.
The live sloth.
Oh, a real sloth. It was pretty fun. But I know that she got paid $20,000 for attending and posting 5 photos and like a carousel of it. So a few photos back to back.
Yeah.
And then I think up to 5 Insta stories, she got paid an additional $5,000 per Insta story. So there's numbers like that are just crazy and huge. She may have had an extremely engaged audience, probably because people on reality TV often do. But then I also know where like micro influencers will get $5,000, $6,000 for a post, which is a lot of money for having significantly under 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
So there's a huge range. Obviously, people that are in the millions when it comes to that, they get sometimes $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for one post. Those numbers are mind blowing. I don't make that kind of money. I make money. I don't make that kind of money.
And then you go to the top that are making $1 million.
$1 million, right? Like the Kardashians that have turned down. 2 million? I heard sometime in the last like 5 years where Kim Kardashian turned down like a multi-million-dollar paid post because it like didn't go with her brand or something like that. And I'm like, oh, good for you. If you have the freedom to turn down millions of dollars, that's awesome. But I do think.
But I will say something that you do as well.
Mm-hmm.
You will not work with, no matter the money, brands that you don't want to be associated with.
That is true. Thank you for bringing that up. That's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about today. I think that's important. If maybe you're someone that wants to get into this world, to know who you are, what you align with, what you love, what you don't love. And there's a difference between being willing to try a brand, and if you love it, share it and do a collaboration, versus you don't like a brand or a subject or a product and you're going to just take the money to post about it anyway, because that's not going to work well with your audience. If they truly start to like get to know you, then they're not going to ever trust you because you're posting for things that you don't like or care about. I would say even to a point that sometimes it annoys Daniel, because he's like, you're leaving money on the table. Like, you could be getting paid for this and you're not. But I do have, I feel like, a strong like compass when it comes to like, no, I don't. So yes, I'm a consumer of products and I love clothes and all of that. But there are certain fast fashion brands that I refuse to ever be aligned with. You know what? Why not say them? Calling myself out. And I will. I've already turned down opportunities with them. But like Shein, that I know I have so many friends that are like, oh, I got this great outfit it was so cheap. It came so quick. Like,
Are you calling out names right now?
one, yeah. And it's huge and everybody knows who it is. But like, I've had opportunities to work with them and they pay well, but I'm not interested because
How well?
they pay thousands of dollars, but I'm not interested
Sheehan,
because,
hit up your boy.
and I will not let Daniel work with them.
Daniel Bucco. I'll make this happen.
No.
Don't go to her.
You have to have boundaries
source.
and like morals. And I just don't align with them. They're fast fashion. They're like ruining the earth. They're ruining, like, it's just, they're so bad for our planet. And I just cannot stand brands like that.
Shin, don't hit me up. I know I'm backtracking now. Don't know my Instagram handle. Don't try to contact me. Continue.
So that, or like certain alcohols, if I don't drink, like if I drink wine, yes, let me tell you about my favorite wine, which I do. I tell you about my favorite wine here on this podcast. Or if I, love a good like martini, like let me tell you, like I will share things that I actually consume and enjoy. But if it's like, I don't know, some type of liquor that I don't enjoy, I'm not going to partner with that brand. So you have to speak from the heart. You have to speak from like who you are and how you live your life, because that's going to create more connection with your audience and they will trust you. And that's why when I do paid posts, I never feel icky about it, because I know I actually love this brand. There's often times when I'm working with a brand, if I've never used them before, but it seems like a great product, I always say in the email, and my manager now handles like the final negotiations for me, but I always let my manager or the brand know I want to try this brand out or this skincare line out or whatever it is for at least 2 to 3 weeks before ever sharing about it. And there's also been times when I'm like, it doesn't work on my skin. I'm so sorry. I can't use it. Like I can't, like this sucks. I would love to do the job, but it's not working for me. So I can't share about it. So it's really important to just make sure that you take the time. A brand is going to wait, if they really want to work with you, a few weeks for you to try out their skincare or their hair care or whatever the tool might be, their pots and pans or who knows. I could just go on so many tangents, but I'm trying to stay focused today.
Can I ask a question?
Ask away.
I don't even know if this was even going to come up, but now that you can pay for a check mark.
Oh, yeah.
How has that affected this industry of being an influencer, having viability, and knowing that it used to be you had to be pre-approved, all these steps, but now you can just pay for a blue check mark for $14.99 a month? How do brands go and say, differentiate, or can they even know if they had done that or
That's
not?
a great question. I do think there was a lot bigger of a concern. I do think there was a lot bigger of a concern when that first started, and it doesn't seem to really be affecting partnerships or relationships, because a lot of brands that I've worked with, they've been following the people that they want to work with for a while. They know how this person shares content, how this person shows up online. And so it doesn't make that big of a difference. I really don't think it does. Although there was a big concern about that for quite some time in the beginning. I
throw that out there.
I love it. I want to kind of give a little breakdown of the back and forth with a brand and how a relationship can get started, because there's two ways. One, you reach out to a brand and say, I would love to work with you. And it's really hard. I would say it's harder to get a paid partnership in that way, although it's not impossible. And then the main one that is what I deal with, and a lot of people that are in this world deal with, is a brand reaches out to you and how to have that conversation and that back and forth. So very often a brand will reach out and say, hi, we love your content. We would love to send you this product for free in exchange for a social media post. And what I would like to say is, I can't eat and pay my bills with free product. So why would you offer this to me? But that's not super polite to just say it like that. So if you are interested and you want to maybe find a way to do a paid partnership with that brand, sorry, I just knocked into Daniel's knee. That's where the grumbling is coming from.
Ouch.
A great way to respond is obviously with kindness, and especially if you already know of the brand. Oh, I love your purse company. I actually have 2 of my own, and I wear them all the time. So always start with like something positive and affirming with that brand, especially if you have familiarity with it. But then the kind of key phrase is, I would love to work with you guys, like work or collaborate or do a partnership, something along those lines. Do you have a budget for this work together? Or do you have a budget for content creation? Do you have a budget for influencer marketing? So asking very clearly right off the bat, do you have a budget for this, is a great way to gauge if they're just trying to like send you free stuff so that you can do work for them for free, or if they're willing to be open to the opportunity of a paid partnership. So that's kind of the first thing that you can say. And that's usually where my relationship ends, not ends, but like stops. And I usually pass it off to my manager, because I don't want to pass everything off to my manager if they're not even going to be open to a partnership that is actually like a paid working partnership. So if they're interested, then I'll say, here's my manager. She will help with all the details. I cannot wait to work together. I love your brand. And then so she will negotiate back and forth. I want to give a little more detail though on kind of what her side of things is, because not everybody has a manager. Most people don't. So
that was going to be my question. When should you get a manager? Should you do this all by yourself? Obviously, you're giving a commission to your management. When should you cross that line? And do you feel like you could get the same money for yourself, or do you feel like your manager has always come above and beyond to what you think you could have gotten?
I do think my manager has always helped me earn more than I could ever have earned on my own.
Yeah.
I might be comfortable, let's just give like a blank number, like asking $1,000 for a post or something. She might ask for 5. They might not agree on 5, but we end up at 3. So if I had asked for 1,000, I would have never ended up at the 3. And so she is comfortable helping me get to that higher point. And so speaking of that, if you're dealing with these negotiations on your own, there's simple ways to kind of deal with the back and forth where you're not underselling yourself. A great way to start is to ask very clearly what they're looking for in the content creation. Do they want one reel or just Instagram like photos? Do they want a TikTok included? Do they want 5 Insta stories along with the actual content that's going on your page? Do they just want Insta stories? So you can ask specifically what they are looking for when it comes to content creation and what their budget is. So rather than saying, a lot of brands will ask for, please send us your sheet with your rates. So one post equals $500. Always ask what their budget is for what they want. And maybe you're hoping for $1,000 and they say, our budget is $500 for one reel, 5 Insta stories, and your reel needs to be posted on TikTok. You can say, typically my rate for that content would be $1,500. What I can do to work with you and make this partnership happen, because I'm so excited about your brand, is we can, and you can also talk about exclusivity, which is a whole thing, because they might want to take it and do a paid ad and use your content for like essentially an online commercial. You can say we can do organic usage only. I'm so happy to create one reel for you, and I can use that reel to share into my Insta stories and add one additional Insta story at your rate. Or you can say for $800, I can do this. So you can still try to like bump them up a little bit. So that's why you ask them first what amount of content they want and what their rate is. And then you can say, well, typically this is my rate for that amount of content, but here. And so you can have some like wiggle room, and you can take something out or add something in. And just always think about something that, if you've never read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, it's an incredible book for every area of life. But one thing that always stood out for me in that book is when you're talking with someone and you want them to kind of see your side or your perspective, you have to think about it from their point of view. So it's not about, I'm awesome. I'm going to make this great content for you. It's like, what do they want? I would love to make beautiful content for you that will drive my audience to your page. If you want, I would love to include a discount code so that my audience feels more pushed to purchase the product. So you can always have your conversations leading around how can you add value to the brand, and then also know your own value and try to find that wiggle room. So I like that there's options for wiggle room if you're trying to work on a deal with a brand.
Yeah.
I feel like I just like dove right into that. We have a lot more, but we'll try to keep it short and sweet. We can do a second episode if we need to.
You can just go. I feel like this is really valuable information.
And I mentioned kind of from the start of that, that's if a brand reaches out to you, just a short and sweet like nugget. If you want to reach out to a brand, I think you organically start sharing or tagging that brand anyway. So if you are out,
if you're pursuing
them,
gotcha.
So if you are out to lunch with some girlfriends, you can take a cute photo and you want to work with this purse company or this sunglass company, and you have the sunglasses on, tag them in your photo, tag them in your Insta stories, link to them, so that you are already on their radar. And then maybe a week or two later, after a few tags, reach out to them. I love your brand. I've already been sharing your brand.
Yeah.
I was wanting to reach out and see if you have any upcoming opportunities for partnerships with content creators, because I already respect your brand, use your brand, whatever that is. So get that kind of relationship going and then reach out and ask about upcoming opportunities, because maybe they don't have a budget set aside for content creation on, February 12th, the day that you're reaching out, but maybe they have a budget coming up for the month of March. And so now they have you in their mind, and then you can reconnect at that time. Let's see. Affiliate marketing and passive income is also a part of making money online. So I need to get on my affiliate marketing game. I love the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if there's a brand that you use and love all the time and they have an affiliate like program, you can go online, usually on their website without even talking to them, sign up for their affiliate program, get yourself a code. You can put it in the bio of your Instagram. You can put it anytime you share that brand on stories, Instagram or TikTok, or even YouTube. And then anytime you share on stories or in posts, you mention it. And if someone buys product using your code, you get money.
Okay, hold on. How often does that actually work? Because usually people get a lot of emails. I'm even getting a lot of these emails.
Right.
Sign up for this, sign up for this.
Are you talking about affiliate marketing?
Affiliate marketing. And it's like, I don't even really open them or touch them, or I just send them to our manager.
Well, it has to be a product that you use all the time. So if it's from a random company that's like, sign up to be an affiliate marketer with us, then it's not going to be as effective. But for example, I used to use the Tush Baby all the time. You and I, Daniel and I both have one.
Right.
With Asher. When we had twins, we didn't use it as much. I posted about it pretty regularly with Asher. I never even put a link in my bio. I just would share the code every once in a while. I think I kept it on like my story highlights for a while. Up until probably 6 months ago, every once in a while, I'll still get like a $10.99. Like they like give you a commission of like $10, $15, $20, whatever it is. But I still was making commissions like probably over a year after I shared about it. I was making commissions from Vegamore, which I haven't shared about, which I still love that brand, but I haven't probably shared about for 5 years. I was making commissions 2-3 years after, because people still, even if someone like has your code, they just remember and they put it in every time they make a purchase, you're making money off of it. So if it's a brand that you use regularly and you're going to share regularly, might as well share your code, might as well make $7 here, $10 here, $20 there. It does all add up if you're having multiple streams of income. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you.
I see your face.
I guess if you're already doing it, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, you're right, but like $7, $10.
It's not for you.
$11.
It's not for you. But if it's for someone like me that shares things that I'm wearing, that I'm doing with my hair, my skin, my makeup, my outfits every day anyway.
Right.
If I'm going to share it regardless if I'm making money or not, I might as well put in a commission link and make something off of it.
But do you feel like you're still doing the work? Like you're still...
I don't go out.
videoing
I don't
it
go out of
or-
my way.
or
If I'm like, this is
taking a
my
picture
outfit of the
it.
day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to like hopefully make
Okay.
$7.
Okay.
If I'm doing my outfit of the day and it's part of it, I'm gonna tag it and put my code, and then I can make money.
I only say this because I see how much time it takes to edit and do all those things.
That's for dedicated
and
brand
if
partnerships.
you're getting peanuts,
Right.
you know, for
You
those
don't
types of things,
Take
then it's
time
like
out of your day to do it if you're
it's
going to share anyway.
not worth it.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. I agree. All right, we kind of have to wrap up the episode a little bit, baby, but what other things should we talk about before we wrap up?
You know, I think this whole world is like, it's still like the wild, wild west.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think are the biggest misconceptions of being an influencer or the pros and cons to labeling yourself as that?
Ooh, okay. Let's start there. When I meet somebody that's like, I'm an influencer, I'm like, ugh. I don't know what it is. It's a personal pet peeve kind of thing. I don't like the word influencer because it's just like, how do you say that about yourself? I feel like it's kind of like a celebrity being like, I'm a celebrity. And it's like, I also don't like that. It's just like, what do you do? You are an actor, you're a creator, you're a storyteller, you're an athlete. I'm a celebrity. You know, same thing with I'm an influencer. I just don't like the word. So I create content. I share things that I love online in social media worlds. I think when we bought our house, did they write down influencer on job title for me? And I was so mad.
You redlined it.
I redlined it. I was like, you can't write down my job title as influencer on like a mortgage. I was
Government
so
document.
offended.
This
I don't
is
know why.
your identity.
Yeah.
This is your career.
I don't like it. So there's that. But let's go back to the misconception part of the question that you asked me.
I remember that.
Yes.
I was like, just leave it. This is just for us. This
I'm
is our
scratching
own.
it out on
No
our
one's
official
gonna see
documents.
this. It's funny.
Anywho, so back to the misconceptions. And I think there may even be, even within like a household and a marriage, if one partner works on content creation, the other doesn't, just like a lack of understanding. And I think Daniel really stepped in slightly to understanding my world when he
Yes.
got his partnerships, because what you see is the final product.
Mhm.
What you see is a beautifully curated reel or photos or Insta story, and it looks like someone just picked up their phone and said, hey guys, check out this product. I really love it so much. This is why I love it. This is what I've been using. Here's my code. And it also seems like it took that much time to create the content and put it up.
Right.
And it feels so effortless, but that is also part of the job to make it feel just natural and effortless, like you're just living your everyday life. But within these relationships with brands, there are so many multiple pages of words that you can say and cannot say, and the way that you say things, and then certain things that have to be included. I've even had things where it's like on slide number 3 of your Insta stories, you have to say these exact words, but you can't say it before. It's just it's very meticulous.
Yeah.
You have to really understand the brand and the brand identity, so you're representing them well.
Yeah.
Which is often multiple pages of like contracts that you need to read through every single item to understand the brand, make sure you're not missing something. I've had to reshoot entire campaigns and partnerships where it took me from the prep work to the content creation to the editing and then sending everything in. It took me multiple days to get the job done. And I said one word wrong. And they had me reshoot everything. And they needed a tight turnaround. Can you get this to us in 24 hours? I'm like, it took me 3 days before. Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel, you need to watch the kids, or we need to hire a babysitter.
Yeah.
Like, I have to lock myself in the room. I can't go back and forth. I am grateful for the flexibility.
Right.
But I feel like you got a little taste of it when you had your partnerships, where it's like the exact words, the exact timing. Like, what were maybe some things that you realized about what I do when you were put into that world, even though I did 80% of the work for you.
I mean, it's a full-on production.
Yeah.
You are doing pre-production as a producer. You are the director. You are the DP. You're
doing lighting.
You're doing lighting.
You're doing
the crew.
Setting up the stage.
Set design. Then you're doing the editing. Then you're going over and doing the voiceover in my studio closet. It's you're wearing every single hat.
Every single hat
that goes into creating a commercial.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Yeah.
So I did not know the amount of time and energy and bandwidth it takes to create these things.
Right. I am grateful that now Daniel has had some opportunities because it does, even with Daniel in the house and being in like the entertainment industry and having some type of idea of what the work is, he's still, until he experienced it himself, I don't think you can ever fully grasp it until you experience it yourself. And again, I'm not saying this is hard work. Like there's flexibility with like your timing. You know, it's a blessing, and I'm very grateful to be in this world.
For 20 years, I'm the talent. Okay? I show up to set, I perform, I leave. That's just what I've done for my entire career. Now with these things, it's totally different. You have to do everything. And I like just being just the talent.
Yeah. And I still did majority of the work for him. I helped him with the pre-production. I helped him go over his contract, helped him go over all the words. Like I literally sometimes
This was also a product that you really
with that
wanted.
one, yes. I will literally write the script for him for the voiceover. I edit all of the videos.
You're so talented.
Thank you.
You're so talented.
So I still do majority of the work, and Daniel also at the same time has so much more of an understanding, which I appreciate.
Right.
We can, if there's more questions, drop them in the comments, drop them somewhere, drop them in an email, because there's so much more to this world. I feel like we have a really good episode with like some of the key essentials, like how to have conversations with brands, how to reach out to brands, a little bit of the behind the scenes, what it really takes. And so I really appreciate you hanging out with us and just having this influencer chat, even though I don't like that word, content creator chat. Yeah. And it's a fun world, and I'm grateful for it because I've had incredible opportunities, and worked with incredible brands and continue to do so, but it is a lot of work. And so I love kind of pulling back the curtain and showing the behind the scenes today. Thanks for being here with me, my love.
I love you.
I love you.
You're so great at what you do.
Thank you.
And you really take the time to give the best product possible.
Thank you. I try my best.
You go above and beyond.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. Awesome. And you're killing it.
Thanks, baby. So we will wrap up today's episode. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow the Hold My Crown podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. We will see you next week for another incredible episode. Love you guys. Bye.
God bless.
Yay Media Group.